Hello, everyone. Sorry, I was muted because I thought we were doing this a little differently, but that is fine. We're just getting this on the road, second run of the day, but we're going to get there. So we have BombHappy doing Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Welcome, BombHappy. How are you doing?
Hello, doing good. Just starting off the evening with some awesome Magalore epilogue for Kirby. But yeah, basically I'm going to be doing the any percent category for this game. So we're not going to be seeing Kirby today, we're going to be seeing Magalore, who is the main villain of this series. And we are actually going to go on a recovery project for all of his powers to come back. And as you'll see throughout the game, we'll just get stronger and stronger. But yeah. And if we're ready to go, I am ready to go.
I'm ready if you're ready.
Okay, I am ready too. Okay, so I'm gonna start doing the countdown, and we will be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so basically what's happening in Magalore Epilogue is that Kirby recently defeated Magalore, and so right now he has no abilities, no powers, he just got defeated, and he's kind of going on like a redemption arc right now, and right now we're very weak, we can't even float that high. So like right here, basically Magalore has very limited floating, and we have to deal with his limited mobility for the beginning of the run, but the whole entire point of this epilogue is that we'll slowly get more and more stronger. And so just some little arena optimizations just so we can do this fast, despite the fact that we are very weak right now. And that is the first level. And so what is neat about this level, or this category in general, is that it absolutely has no RNG, maybe like 1%, it's not that big of a deal. But otherwise, this is just a very execution-heavy level, heavy category. And for the first world, we are going to be limited in terms of movement and powers, but once we get to World 2, that's when everything starts ramping up, just because we'll get the best ability in the game. But for now, we'll just have to work with what we got until we get those upgrades. And so recently, we just got a magic power bomb upgrade. So basically we're allowed to throw bombs down, which is very helpful for setting up damage. It is actually our highest damaging attack at the moment, just because it throws out 2 hits instead of 1 hit. So there's a lot more damage output. It also allows you to set up just like a normal Kirby. So like right now, if I were to just throw a bomb down, you can see that it just stays down there. And so we're going to be doing a really fast arena with this bomb, just being able to set up properly. And just like that, that is most of the arena, and we're just gonna throw some bombs down, and there you go.
Well, while you got that going, we did have a quick donation pop in, if you don't mind.
Yep, of course.
So we had a $15 donation that does say, "Burn you!" and that comes from Brother Doink. And that went towards the Play a Song incentive, and they selected the slide whistle for $15. So there is a bid war on which instrument is going to be used in that run for the Play a Song. Give me a second, I'll look up which run that is on. I have so many things happening. That's going to be on Mike's run, Glitterman Grove.
Nice. Alright, and so right here, we are actually going to be using a little bit of some slides. We're actually not going to see too many of these slides later on, but it just allows us to get that initial burst of speed very quickly, and as long as you fall off the ledge, it allows you to just get that extra movement. You only use it in that room really, and a little bit in this room as well. And I have messed up just a little bit, so we're going to be behind a cycle that I was looking to do, but that's no problem. We're just gonna wait here just to be safe, otherwise I would die and have to reset that whole entire section. Okay, so another arena, making sure to do it fast. Bombs are your best friend here. Okay. And we're just gonna kill this big enemy right here. So these enemies right here are very annoying to deal with just because they have a pretty substantial amount of HP, especially with the tools that we have at the moment. So most of the time we're gonna be looking to use some of our later abilities to kill those enemies faster, just so we don't have to deal with the time it takes to kill them. Because in this run, arenas are very time consuming if you do mess up. So that's like the main optimizations alongside all the movement and all the levels too. Alright, and here's 1-3. So fun fact, at the end of each world, when it comes to stages, you'll always be going left. It's a nice thing to remember as you are trying to do these levels. And just trying to minimize as much of our movement on the ground when it comes to right-moving platforms. Just because if you are on right-moving platforms, your momentum gets stalled by it. So mostly just want to optimize that. And maybe I can get some more left movement here. I did not, but that's okay. Alright, and so just a little minor thing right there. Whenever you throw bomb in the air, you actually lose aerial momentum, but if you're able to float first before throwing down the bomb, you actually get some of that momentum reserved, so you actually don't lose it at all. And it just helps you being able to throw out damage while still maintaining your horizontal movement. And just a cute little optimization with damage right there. You're able to cancel your magic sphere attacks, the ones I'm throwing out right now, into the up and down versions, up and left versions, sorry. And just more bombs, because bombs do the most damage. And enter this portal. There you go. Alright, and here we are going to come up to our first boss. I'm going to do just a minor optimization here as well. So I come over to this heart door, and so whenever you're right next to a heart door, it will actually automatically hover over the needed requirement to enter into that ordeal. So it just allows me to do one less menu movement there, just small optimization. But we do upgrade heart for a reason. It's not just because I'm bad at the game, it's because it allows me to damage boost through all of his attacks, and that just helps out significantly because if I don't damage boost through everything, it's just not going to work out. Okay, and so just throw some bombs down here, walk back up. And if I'm in the right position, I should be able to just AFK and press the up attack without getting hurt at all. And I did not. Unlucky. That's fine. And just gonna keep hitting this hat, follow alongside it like this, just so I don't get hurt. And there you go. And ideally, I'm gonna be killing this boss before they're able to do their first jump. There you go. Nice. It's actually a really good fight. And so basically without having HP, I would just die there. And so it's just a lot more important to have that uptime versus not upgrading HP at all, because if I try and do it safely, I'm going to be missing certain cycles or attack patterns, and I would rather avoid that as much as possible. But we've been slow. That's just how it is in World 1, but now that we are getting into World 2, we have now unlocked Magolor Surge. So Magolor Surge is going to be the main bread and butter of this game, just because it is a very awesome ability, as I will be upgrading it for extra distance, and just like that, I'm able to get some dashes. So main movement here is a lot of fun to use, but it's going to get just a little bit better afterwards. And just here, you can see that I'm just moving a lot faster now. I'm going to be trying to combo just so I can get the dash upgrade right after this level. That is the main goal. There it is. Okay, and so this movement right here is very strict, but it's also very satisfying to hit if you can get it. just because this room is honestly very awkward to go work with. Not a fan of this level really, but with proper movement it does feel pretty good. And looks like it was pretty good, not bad. And so we're trying to maintain this combo here, because if I have enough combos, that means I get more magic points. And with more magic points, there is going to be more upgrades that I'm going to need. And so the earlier I can get these upgrades, the better. Ideally, you should get everything before the second world boss. So right now, looks like I have the 1500 that I need. So we'll go ahead and just upgrade to Magnifer Surge 2. Okay, and there it is, Magnifer Surge 2. So now I'm able to do it twice. And so the cool thing about Magnifer Surge 2 is that you're able to start the button press at any point during the first Magnifer Surge. So basically what that means is I can either go for a very long one or I can go for short bursts. And so that is actually very important depending on how you time those dashes to get even faster movement. Just so it sets you up properly every time. Okay. And just some extra bombs for more damage. And there you go. And not only that, it's like bread and butter, not for just movement, but also just for damage too. It's great. It does a lot of damage. You can see the several hits that I actually throw out, and it just does everything for you. So bombs, surges, you're gonna be seeing a lot of that throughout this run.
Well, I do have something small here. We're going to be switching hosts, so my shift is over for hosting. Quacksilver is going to be taking over, so please welcome Quacksilver when they pop in here. And I will be back, obviously, because I'm kind of the person running the whole thing. And I'll be floating around as well, but definitely keep donating. We have lots to get here. Definitely one of the things I want to shout out, Terra Nil, a game from Devolver Digital that we're giving away about planting trees. I mean, how perfect is that, right? So go put your money towards that, or one of the other great games, or if you just want to donate money for fun. So I'm going to pop out and everyone have fun.
Yeah, we definitely like having a little bit of fun out here, so, you know, always down for some donation trains. It's always awesome to see that, especially for a good cause. Alright, so prime example of these double dashes for World 2. So here I'm just doing some long dashes just because that's the fastest movement if there's no obstacles, but right here I do 2 short ones and 1 regular dash to get into that door at a perfect distance. So there's a lot of like distance management when it comes to throwing out Magnifer Surges. It's a very nice thing to just know about, just because even though it looks simple, it does take skill to know when to press the B button. Alright. So here, just a quick arena once again. Oops. That's fine. And then right here, so once you see portals opening up, you can actually use this Magnifer cannon. It's really cool ability. And basically it does a significant amount of damage. And when it comes to the animation, it does take a little bit long time, so you do have to make sure that the cannon that you use makes sense. Just because it kills everything immediately, you still have to deal with the animation time. And so 2-4, this one is very fun just because it's just movement. Straight up movement. Once you get to the end, there's always going to be an arena. That is something I also forgot to mention. There is a lot of arenas in this level, so at the end of each level you just have to do an arena, and you just have to make sure that you do it well. Alright, there you go. Scarfy not being nice to me today, but that's fine. Alright. And so here, usually we would be using Magolor Cannon, but there was a discovery that I found doing this run of being able to skip a certain phase of the second boss. It is a pretty difficult skip to do, but if I do get it, it is a pretty good time save. But we'll see, we'll see. Okay, so I'm just setting up these bombs just because I'm waiting for this timer of the bat to show up. And basically I should be able to kill it right there. There you go. Usually would use the Magolor Cannon to kill that boss immediately, but there's a bigger time save if I'm able to get the Fiery Puffer skip. That's what we call it. Or at least that's what I call it. The game is still new, so you know, there's probably some discoveries I still haven't found by myself, but would love to see more people run this game. It is very awesome. It's very new. But here we go. We're going to be going into Magolor Land. We're going to be fighting Fiery Puffer, and basically, if I do this fight correctly, I should be able to... 2, 3, 4, 5... And then hopefully I should be able to kill here, but it does not look like I can. Oh, it looks like I did! Nice! Okay, huge! So right there, that is the Fiery Puffer skip. If anyone has ever played any of the Kirby games, if you've seen Puffer ever do their attack pattern for the second phase, they basically roll around invincible for like 8 seconds. It's not very fun. So being able to skip that is like a very huge time save. Huge time save. I think in comparison to the original strat, I believe it saves you around 10 seconds, maybe even 15. I'm just trying to guesstimate here. But anyways, we have now a new ability. It is going to be the Vanish. We don't really use it too much. We also get Needle, which allows us to set up for certain attacks. It's kind of like Bomb, except it lasts way longer, which is pretty nice. And so I'm just going to be comboing a little bit here, just because the end of this arena, the end of this level, this arena, would be really fast if I can get the cannon. So I'm going to be trying to combo as I would get over there. So just one dash right there. And I'll do some extra combos during this arena as well, just so I can get that kill. So, boop. Okay, so it looks like I got the cannon that I wanted, and here's the reason why. Just like that. Boom. Definitely worth the save. We going fast. Alright. So, gonna be going up here. I accidentally got hit by water, but that's fine. And at the end of this area, we're actually going to be doing a very awkward arena for very good reasons. Let me see, let's just wait here. Also, the cycles are pretty nice in this arena, just because you're able to dodge a lot of things. But the reason why this level is awkward is because a lot of the enemies start spawning from the top platform, which makes it very awkward for a lot of things. So just making sure to throw some bombs down, just so I can prep for the next arena. So throwing that bomb down. It was a little bit awkward. I messed it up a little bit, but all good. Okay. And so right there, Galboros just dies. So another thing to note is with the big enemies that spawn there, the arenas, they die. And usually what Kirby would do is they would just inhale, spit them, or just kill them really fast. And so in order to kill these corpses, the fastest way to do it is to stand right next to them and do the upwards magic sphere attack, just because we have upgraded it and it does do 2 attacks. So it takes about 3 or 4 hits to be able to destroy the corpse. Just because corpses do take a little bit of time. Another way you could do it is also using the Magolor cannon, but it is slightly slower as well. Alright, so another example of good Magolor surge movement, aside from that. Being able to time it, whether or not you do a short or long versions of the double dash, allows you to have proper positioning to land on the platforms you want to land on. But other than that, I don't know if we have the host now, but this is going to be an auto-scroller, so if there's any donations, definitely throw them out. Or even just shoutouts. That's cool too. I'm also cool, so I mean, honestly, just donating, very cool, very pog. Oh, is pog a weird thing to say, but either way, it don't matter. Donating for charity is always awesome, especially when it's for the environment. Okay, so this is going to be a really awkward arena, just because there is going to be these rotating 4 platforms. Magolor is not very good in the vertical department, so we have to make do with what we got. Okay. Alright, good enough. This is a relatively slow arena, but it's fine. Oh. Yeah, one of the more awkward arenas for sure, just because there is so many enemies spawning in different corners of the level, and so it's very important to stand in the center area, just so there's rotating platforms that you can work with, and throwing bombs down allows you to hit the enemies below you, while still maintaining a reasonable distance for your dash to kill enemies as well. I didn't do it that well, but who cares? We're going into 3-4 now, which is the last level, which means we're going left.
Amazing. Hi, sorry I just missed the auto-scroller on the tech changeover, but the run's going fantastically. I'm Quack Silver. I'm going to be closing things out with you on the mic here.
Nice. Hello. If you ever think about it, speedruns are basically just auto-scrollers, right?
Yeah, just get perfect execution the whole way through, and then...
Yeah, exactly. And this part right here is a little bit awkward, but it should be good. It's nice to have that bomb. So bomb level 3 does throw out 2 bombs, which allows for pretty good DPS. And also the second bomb actually comes out at like a 45-degree angle, which helps out a lot with positioning. But who cares about that when we're just going to be killing everything with Magolor Surge anyways, until right here. We're going to be using bomb to kill. And we're going to use beam right here to kill this very annoying bee. Flying enemies are not the greatest for Magolor to kill, so anytime we can use cannon in a reasonable way in the air is always going to be helpful. right, and so that is the 4th level for World 3. That means we're going to be going into the boss. And so originally, if you've noticed, all of the enemies kind of have an element to them. So the original bosses are just the Kirby bosses, but now they have a water element added onto them. So right now we're going to be going against Hydrith, which I like to just call Water Goku for very good reasons. Alright. And he's going to dash over here. And all you have to do is just do Upwards Magic Sphere. If I did the damage right, there you go. I'm able to skip his jumping onto the other wall, which is very helpful. And so just keep throwing down the bombs just because it is pretty good DPS here. And then does the Kamehameha and has golden hair, so why wouldn't it be Goku, right? And just upwards magic attack, and before he can even do his ground pound, I'm able to kill him, just like that. Very easy, don't even need Magolor Cannon because it actually is a time loss to use it. And there you go. Water Goku did not collect the orbs. That's why he lost. I'm collecting the orbs right now, and I will become stronger than Water Goku.
Yeah, sort of failing to live up to the name there.
Yeah, I guess Magolor is just too strong for the Saiyan universe.
I mean, the Kirby lore would suggest, right?
True, true. Kirby is just too strong. Okay, and we have a new ability. It's going to be called the Black Hole. I don't know if it's actually called anything else, but it should be called the Black Hole. And it's not really useful in terms of damage, but it does help out with certain mechanics during the levels that require you to open things. But we're only going to be seeing it one more time after this. Okay, and this section is going to be a little bit awkward. It's a lot of vertical movement here, so we're not going to be seeing a lot of cool Magolor surges today. We're just going to be grabbing keys in a lot of vertical sections. Nothing too special. And so right here, I only upgraded to Levitation 3, so I actually don't have enough height. So I ended up using that air dodge with the Vanish to we'll get that extra height that I needed to get up to that key. And here, this one's a little bit awkward if I do it right. Okay, there you go. The hit on the enemy was definitely not intentional, but that fall down is actually a little bit tight because if you don't do it right, you're actually just gonna fall to your death, and that's like a whole entire like 45-second loss. So kind of a risky strategy for something that only saves like 1 second. Okay, and another awkward arena here. But it's not too bad. The spawns are a little bit RNG here, so sometimes the enemies spawn to the left or to the right. Sometimes I just don't know.
I know you had said earlier, but this run was about 1% RNG. Is this that 1% that we're seeing now?
Yeah, that is one of the 1% RNGs. Another RNG we have to deal with is going to be actually the next level, I think. So hopefully we don't have to deal with that. But if I do, it's okay. It'll be fine. Oh no, never mind. One more level before we deal with that RNG. This section actually would probably be a good time for donations or shoutouts if there's any like that, just because this level is going to have a pretty boring autoscroller section.
Yeah, absolutely. I can take that up. I would love to plug the most immediate incentive on the table, which is the rolled out character choice bid war. I'm a huge fan of the Marvel Roller genres. If you don't know Rolled Out, it is the sort of spiritual successor to Super Monkey Ball. You have 5 or 6 characters to choose from, including Flotsam the Axolotl and my personal favorite, Chartreuse the Giraffe. So be sure to get your donations in for whichever cute, adorable character you want to see in that.
Nice. You know, I may have said this auto-scroller section a little bit too early, but that's okay. We're going into the arena now. So this section is like half an auto-scroller. Some of the enemies you actually don't even need to kill. So right now, any of these enemies that show up during spawning platform movement are actually not required to duck kill. But this one right here, so these are enemies after the spawning platform, they're required to kill to start the next phase of the auto-scroller. It's at least an interactive auto-scroller because I like to see how long I can hold the combo count, which I have just lost, unfortunately. I have made it to 100 at one point. It was pretty cool, but it has no use whatsoever for the rest of this game. So combos, we're supposed to be able to get as much magic points as you can, but since we don't need magic points anymore, it's kind of not useful anymore. Hopefully I don't die here. That'd be kind of awkward. Alright, there you go.
Nicely done.
Thank you, thank you. Magalor has no mouth. Can he talk? You know, if I think about it, if anyone has watched the anime, Magalor's not in it, but Waddle Dee is able to eat cookies. So, if you've ever seen how Waddle Dees eat cookies, that's probably how Magalor is able to talk.
I've not thought about the Kirby animated series in a minute.
Yeah, it's pretty old. Actually, fun fact, I think the Kirby fan base for English fan subs has actually completely finished the English subs for it. So if anyone wants to watch the full anime, it is actually available now.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing the fun fact.
All right. Okay, so I think that should be good. Okay, so technically not RNG, but if you do that fight a little bit too slow, you end up dealing with Mando's infinite or invincible spinning attack pattern, which means you just have to watch him spin as you can't do anything to him. So being able to go to the very far right side to avoid his attack triggers allows me to kill him before he can even do that. So pretty neat. Wild Edge is pretty simple. All you do is just throw some bombs. Very OP. And Gigant Edge is dead. And same thing, we're going to be seeing Bonkers pretty soon. He's also going to reach the same fate as him. Ah, Spanish Meta Knight. I miss Spanish Meta Knight. Alright, there you go. Bonkers is gone too. And we are going to be going through our last mini-boss gauntlet enemy. That will be something of a surprise, even though it's not really that much of a surprise. Guess who it's gonna be, based off the enemies you'll see right here. I bet you don't know which boss it is. There's no way you'll know.
I'm gonna go with Kirby Final Answer.
Alright. There you go. It was Kibbleblade, so wrong, sorry.
Alas, I am a fake Kirby runner.
Fake Kirby fan indeed. It's okay. We're all fakes in some way, right? But you know what's not fake? Trees. Trees give us oxygen.
Heck yeah. You know what? The great way. It's a perfect segue. I'm going to take the throw. You know what's a great way to prove your love and care for the trees is we are here right now supporting One Tree Planted, which is a charity that is focused on reforestation. They plant one tree for every dollar that is donated. You can check them out at their website at onetreeplanted.org. I have here a list of lovely tree things. Habitat for animals, providing shade, harvest carbon from the air, keeping it clean and fighting global warming, as well as combating flooding and landslides. So if you are in a charitable mood or loving the amazing Kirby action you're seeing right now, be sure to hit up our donate page, which is presumably being spammed in the chat right this moment. As well as any merch you buy through the Green Gaming Store will also go to support One Tree Planted.
Nice. Oh, more money? I have money. Right. So, I just made that look easy, but that room is actually requires you to have specific B presses in order to get the platforms that you want to land on. Those platforms are relatively small, so you know, just any bit of optimizations on when you press the B button is very important. Once you get used to it, it's actually not as bad as you think, but it does take a little bit of practice to get used to. Okay. And it's right here. We're going to be using a beam just because flying enemies are very awkward to deal with. So we'll just kill them right there. And now we're just going to throw some bombs here. Very helpful because we are going to be going against Dubior. And so just like this. There you go. Very fast kill. And unfortunately, if you're an old Kirby fan, there has been some games that do have a UFO. Unfortunately, UFO does not exist in this game. So despite the fact that there's a UFO enemy, they actually don't even give you UFO. It's actually very disappointing. But anyways, that is going to be the final level that we're going to be doing for pure movement. And so we're going to be getting to the last stretch of the game. Basically, we are just going to be fighting a bunch of bosses. So the first one is going to be called the Rampaging Doomers. They're going to be holding a very important item of Magolor's.
I have to say, the boss names throughout this game have been incredibly on point.
Oh. Ooh, just barely. That is a cycle that I wanted to hit right there. Otherwise, I would have waited a little bit longer. And then right here, there's gonna be 4 enemies. Perfect time to use the beam. And there you go. And that is the very fast Rampaging Doomers. That's probably as fast as you can get it, aside from that first phase. And now we're gonna get into the final boss gauntlet. And we are going to be doing a lot of upgrades here. Even though it looks slow, it's definitely going to be worth the while to skip a lot of phases in the fight. Alright, so now we can upgrade our abilities to the max, and so we're going to try and max them out very soon. So we're going to be upgrading Magic Bomb once again, as well as Magolor Surge. The big difference is that Magolor Surge is going to have 3 dashes. You can also do it in different directions as well. So you can do it upright, down left, you can do basically the intercardinals now. And Bomb 6 allows us to have 3 bombs instead of 2, as well as an option to do an input for a big bomb. So right here, you can see the triple bombs now. And if you do a certain input, you also get a big bomb. And that big bomb is going to be very important for some phase skips, and hopefully I do it right. But for now, we're just going to be dealing with the Crown Doomer. And I should be able to kill him within a certain amount of time here. Oops, and I messed up there, but that's okay. Usually I do it by the second set of beams, but it does not matter. And now we get to the final boss fight, and hopefully I can get all the skips that I want to hit. So, first one's going to be the small apple skip, so hopefully we don't even get to see the apples. So right there, just throwing out a little bit of a cannon damage, just so I can get that extra squish before it goes invincible. And right there, that second route, if I did not break that in time, I would have been able to see a small apple, watch that for a few seconds, and then the third route shows up, which is very important. But now, the more important one is right after this set of lasers, we're going to be doing the Big Apple skip. And so, Big Apple, by the way, tree enemy. Big Apple, we are going to try and skip that. So, Big Apple skip, hopefully that is proper. And yeah, there you go. So we skipped the Big Apple. Unfortunately, we're doing the opposite of what this event is supposed to be for, and that is to save the trees. But this is a bad tree, so it makes sense, right? I'm going to go ahead and just mash the control stick as soon as possible. But trust me, this is saving the trees. Trust me.
Saving the trees has never looked so anime.
Yep, and saving the trees. And almost time. 3, 2, 1, time.
GG's.
Yeah, so awesome case of deforestation of venomous trees. We hate bad trees. We only like good trees. So yeah.
Well, congrats on the run. I know you had said this was a relatively new speed game and looking for a community, so please plug your speed communities and also tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, so this is Magalore. So it is an branch off of Kirby. So you can definitely join us in the Kirby speedrunning Discord. You can easily find that on the speedrunning Discord, speedrunning.com. Weekend. So if you are not watching Green Gaming and not supporting us, you can also support the Kirby community and their relay. But you know, trees are way more important. And other than that, if I am not doing any of those, I will also be trying to do more Magalore all stages category, as well as a potential blindfolded category, because I have done blindfolded runs before. So
Ooh.
if you want to see me try and route out some of this particular category blindfolded, you know, just feel free to hit me up on the follows. So yeah.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, BombHappy.
Yeah, of course.
So I think we're going to kick it over to a quick intermission here, and when we get back, we're going to start our Speedy Orbs block, our mini block of Speedy Orbs.